Rome Tokyo One Way, Yokoso, welcome to my channel. I've been living in Japan now for more than 16 years, and I'm still surprised at how many Japanese food I don't like. I'm not a picky eater. Also in Italian cuisine there are some things that I do not eat, but they are very few. Here in Japan, I don't know why, but these things have increased a lot. I can't eat raw fish, so no sashimi, no sushi. I do not like nori, wakame, and other seaweeds. The taste of them, I just can't stand it. And I don't like food that is slimy. And for example, natto, which I don't like also for the odor, and okura. When you chew okura, you have this texture, this slimy texture, and I can't stand it. And most of these things are part of the Japanese diet. So there are many things that if I buy it for my husband, I won't eat it. I have to prepare something different for me. Of course, in Japanese cuisine there are lots of things that I like, but it seems to me that it's like 50-50, and it's not a big problem because you can find almost anything here, and there are lots of restaurants, Chinese restaurant, Indian restaurant, Thai restaurants, Vietnamese, all from Asia, from Europe, and steakhouse, etc., etc. And of course, I would like to say, I don't eat these things also because I can choose something different. If you are really hungry, you eat everything. But I don't know, there are some tastes that I can get used to. So probably it's my fault, I don't know. And now Japanese cuisine is well known abroad. I think that most of you have at least once tried sushi, sashimi, ramen, tofu. There are ingredients that, or dishes that are more and more present in our diets. Anyhow, I wish also to say that if I state I don't like something, it means that I have at least tried once or twice that thing. It's not that I look at something and I say, no, I don't like it. I always try. At least I try. And then, if it's good for me, I will eat it. If it's not, next time I will not order it again. And why the title of this video? When I was working as an interpreter, there was a client who had business deals with a Japanese company, and after a meeting, the president of this company invited him for dinner and asked him if he wanted to eat Italian or if he would have preferred to eat Japanese. So this client said, "I've never eaten real Japanese, and I would like to go to a Japanese restaurant." And of course, when the president of a company invites you to dinner, it means you are going to a certain type of restaurant. And the client saying real Japanese meant a traditional Japanese cuisine, not a ramen or something light or sushi, I don't know. Anyhow, we went to this restaurant, which was really nice. We had a private room and there was tatami. We were sitting on a tatami and a low table. And the dinner was a course. So many dishes were served during the dinner. And I should say that that time it was nice, it was good, until a certain point that I will explain later. I was surprised because usually, being the interpreter, I was there for work. So if I was eating or not, it was not so important. But anyhow, you try to accommodate to the situation. And at a certain point, it arrived a dish. It was a broth, a fish broth, with inside was one mussel, a sort of mussel. It was not a mussel, it was not a clam, it was in this type of things, mussels, clams, I don't know the right word in English. Anyhow, oysters. It was like this size, more or less, and like an oyster, maybe the size of an oyster. And this is something very appreciated in Japanese cuisine by Japanese persons. And one of this sort of mussel costs about $150 or euro. So I'm sorry, it was served to us, and from the smell of the broth I already said, this is something which I don't like very much, but I can't skip it. And I took it, I stopped breathing, I put it in my mouth and I swallow it, because doing so it will cut about 80% of the taste. So I said, I don't take the risk. I will do that. It will be in my stomach without too much trouble. Then I wanted to advise the client that maybe this could be something, a different kind of taste that he could be not used to. I turned my face to the client and he was completely white. And I said, what's going on? And then he started, how it said, retching. Yeah, it started like this. And I said, no, no, no. And I think that he got nervous about this reaction he had. He couldn't control it, and it worsened the situation. So he continued several times, and I was so scared because I said, we are eating, so he has already something in his stomach. He's going to throw up on the table. And at a certain point, and he didn't stand up, leave the room or something. He was just freezing there, retching. At a certain point, we saw something coming out from his mouth and going directly into the plate with the broth, making this splash. He said, no, no. It was the mussel, this sort of mussel. And we were lucky because it was only the mussel. So you can imagine how we felt. The client was embarrassed. He didn't know what to do, because what do you do? No, it's done. I didn't know what to say. And the president of the company was upset because he offered us this, how can I say, very delicate and luxurious food, and we did not appreciate. And at the same time, he was also sorry that in the client's taste was so bad that he threw it up. So, as I told you before, this was a course. So after that, other things came out till the last dish, that was some fruits. So it was a very, very awkward situation. Nobody was speaking, nobody was thinking about, nobody found a way to break this situation, to just, how can I say, move on. And then we apologized, we deeply apologized, and said, no, don't worry. The things you have to say from both sides. And then we went. I went with him to the hotel, and I went home. I mean, I went with him to the hotel. I escorted him to the hotel. I left him there, and I went home. So, when I was on the train going home, I reminded something that my father told me. My father and my mother came to Japan only once, and it was for their honeymoon, and they came to Tokyo, and I think it was when they arrived they joined a sort of tour or something. Anyhow, they had this dinner, and my father tried to eat the seaweeds because he thought that it was salad. Sorry. And as soon as he had eaten them, he felt sick and he had to run out and go to the bathroom where he threw up. And then he had to smoke a cigarette to take away the taste from his mouth. And I said, no, it's not possible. He said, yeah, it's true. And my mother too said, yes, it's true. I was there in front of him and he left the table like a flash. And I didn't know what was going on. I said, okay. And I became laughing in the subway. Also because before I couldn't laugh because first of all it's not professional and it was unsensible. But after looking at the situation, I've seen the scene and this flying object coming out of his mouth and falling into the broth. I couldn't resist. I was laughing in the subway. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumb up. I wish to thank all the new subscribers. If you like the video and you wish to be updated on the new ones coming out, you could subscribe and then clicking on the button and then click on the bell so that an email will be sent to you every time a new video is uploaded. So thank you for your attention and see you soon. Bye!